Okay, here's roughly what the pit's going to look like. I took a measurement from the edge of that block because I'm going to have a step right here. So from that block to that post, those rods right there are centered. Now I took my narrowest vehicle, which is a Prius. It's 52 inches wide. I came in 5 inches on each side. That gave me 42 inches. So right there is 42 inches staked in the center. That 1 2x4 is the front, and this is back. So this is going to be the size of the pit, with about only 6 feet to have clearance to walk around and get steps in. So, and you guys have any ideas how you change it up? What you think about it? Actually, I'm getting ready to start digging, the fun part. I've already done a test dig, and at 3.5 feet I hit rock, so that's going to be fun. I got my truck pulled in. This longer 2x4 is going to be the back wall, and the front 2x4 where be the front of the pit's going to be, and the area in between will be where I can stand to access the engine. Now on the back side here, I have the other 2x4, and you'll see here I have around 7 feet before where my next wall, where the garage door is going to close. That's the area I'm going to have to put steps in. Well, it has started. Get my workout on. And here we are about 3 feet down. Nice sand rock. That's going to be fun. If you're wondering how I keep my tripod from going anywhere and all this wind, make me a nice weight.
Let's go see how the pit's coming along.
Whoa, Rick! Yep. Working hard around here. What I'm digging through, at this part I'm at around 4 feet. That's more of the loose soil, and as I go down it gets more compacted once it goes into the sand rock. Let's see, I'll be jackhammering that out. I need to go down to at least 6'5". Getting to a lot more solid rock there. That'll be fun. I drilled through it. It actually doesn't seem too hard. Let's see how much fun we're going to have. Alright, end of the first day. I got it roughed in. I got about 3 feet at one end and I hit solid rock. At the other end, I got almost 4 feet. Getting some pretty hard rock. Now at this time, I've only got it 42 inches wide. And I'm going to get all the way down. I don't know how long it's going to take me to bust through the rock. And I don't want the sides to dry out and start wanting to fall out and come in. And I've got to go another 5 inches on each side wide to allow for the concrete walls. But let's get back to digging. I've officially hit rock bottom. That's why it's time to hammer down. I'm renting me a jackhammer. I'm going to go ahead and support the center of the pit. That way I know there's going to be a lot of shaking. I'm not really so worried about it caving in because I've hit so much clay and my loose sediment is only about 10 inches on the top, but better safe than sorry. Alright, we got some support bracing across just in case. Other than now, let's see if we can bust up some more of this sand rock. The sand rock itself is coming up easy as I knew it would, but once I get down about another 1.5 feet right here, gets into some harder rock, we'll see how well it does then. Alright, we're still in the soft sand rock. I've had pretty good sized vehicles in here. None of them come close to hitting the wall with the door. The pit is 42 inches wide, 20 feet long, and roughly 6 feet deep. And how I came to those measurements is I took my smallest vehicle, a Beast Prius, of course it's a beast, and a four-door Dodge. And that's where I got my length and the width. The Prius will fit here fine, and the Dodge, once I pull it up, then I still have plenty of room to service everything. If I want to do pressure washing the frame, fluid film the frame, then I'll have plenty of room to do that. Now the steps here are yellow also, and they've got some sand in them, so it's got good grip. Now what I did, I made it steep enough that it's not going to take up a lot of room in the pit, but now I'm walking down it. Has 2 by 6 floors, or steps, and I don't have to use my hands or nothing back and forth, so it doesn't take up that much space, and then I'm still able to go up and down easy. As you can see, I had just enough paint to do the floor. I'm not sure how long the paint's going to last, seeing as it's open to the elements right now, especially the sun. It's going to be about another year probably before I take the time to box everything in. Put a garage door up there. So place your bets to see how long it lasts. Alright, now for future changes. One thing I'm probably going to do is put a rail system along right here, maybe 2 inches down. It's probably 3-inch angle iron all the way across. That way I might end up doing a slide system back and forth. I can put my oil catchment on there if I want to, place to hold tools, place to hold my light. I didn't put lights in the pit. I do have a plug right here, but I have battery powered spotlights and high powered headlamps that I think will do better, because it seemed like all the pits that had them here on the sides, they seem to blind you a lot. So at least this way I can move everything around. I can get it to where I want it. Alright, now if I did do the rail system here and done it, dropped some angle down maybe 2.5 inches, I'd be able to come back and actually place boards across here and actually cover the pit if I wanted to. So then if I wanted to use the pit for something else, then I got this 15 by 30 area to use as I want. Next upgrade I'm going to do, when I pull the vehicle in, I don't have to pull it all the way in. I can pull it in about 6 feet just to do an oil change. Well then now I'm having to step over to be able to reach the vehicle. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put an island on here, probably 2 feet, take it all the way across, and that way I can slide it back and forth for different size vehicles, or just slide it completely out of the way. That way I've got that island back and forth. I'll probably put a handrail on there so I can just turn around and walk off of it and walk down in the pit. And of course paint it yellow, that way I can see it. Another thing I don't think I mentioned before is this wall right here. We left it an open cavity, the width of these 5x5s. So it was open all the way down through there with rebar and rebar running through the floor. So when we poured the floor, it actually poured down in the wall too. That way the wall and the floor are one piece of concrete. I think that'll make it a lot stronger, less likely to wash out. And this area that we have here, we're prepping it to put the camper, because this is where the camper was. Now this is where the camper is going to be. Now to the biggest question that everybody has asked me. Why did you not put a lift in? Well, at the time I was planning on building this, concrete was less, and the price difference was, you know, it's a pretty good difference. I could have done it for around $1,400, and then my labor, and then paying Dad to help. But it ended up being around $1,800 at the time that I done it, which still isn't too bad. That's a pretty decent lift. But also, as you can tell, I don't have the height that I would need to put a lift in. And this was already here because the camper was here. I'd have to take all this out, and I could match that roof line and have one. But for what I do, I didn't think it was really worth it, because I can cover this up, use this whole area if I want to, then come back and use it as a pit, where the lift would always be there, kind of be in the way. I want to spray frames and do the fluid film undercoating, and I don't want to get that all over a lift. Maybe make it slick. You just never know what would happen. And plus it's a little bit more user friendly. If I have my brothers, my sister, anybody that wants to come over and change their oil, then you know it's really not too bad. Actually, when I put that wall there, I'm going to put a huge mirror, so when you're in the vehicle you can see your tires, you can see these lines, and then you can just drive straight up looking at that mirror, and that will let you know if you're lined up or not. So in that way it's more universal, it's safer. I wouldn't want to get a beginner. I'm consider myself still a beginner, but I don't want to be lifting expensive vehicles up on the lift and taking that chance. Another question I got quite often is, why didn't you not just rent a mini track hoe and dig it like that? Well, I originally had rented a mini track hoe for some other projects. I was going to use it for this also, and I made it somewhere around here, and I started hitting the sand rock. I know in a lot of the video it looks like that jackhammer really busted through it. It looked like a Matic would just knock through it, but some of it was really pretty tough, and that mini track hoe, as small as they are, they don't have enough weight to pull, and it just wouldn't bring it up. So I got mad, I covered it all up and said I'll do it later and I'll do it somewhere else. I decided I'm not going to let it defeat me. I came back, I grabbed my big bar that I made, I grabbed the mattock and the shovel, and I started digging. So hopefully at least help me get in a little bit better shape. Alright, thanks for watching. This is my pit. Let me know what I done wrong, let me know what I done right, what I could have done better, what I should do in the future. Put rails through here, that way I have a sliding rail system, I can use that. Jack system that comes down off the rails that maybe I can lift the front of the vehicle up. Possibly a lift system in the floor. I don't know if I'll do that or not because I'm going to be pressure washing. It'll be hard to clean. Thanks for watching.